1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so we're doing a test with this system right now. This is So Frequency, and this is our production course that we're having. Pardon the background noise. Got the little one in the background. We are broadcasting live from Spectrum City Networks, and also we're broadcasting from Twitch right now, and that's Spectrum City Network. And right now I'm working in Serato Studio, which is one of my favorite DAWs. I'm gonna pull up my phone here to make sure that I am going live and direct from my Instagram account. Like I said, all of this stuff is new, so it's really a test. It's really a test here on how things are going to work in the near future, but can't be scared to have a proof of concept. So we're doing this. We're doing this, people. All right. All right, so it looks pretty bad on Instagram because it's like the middle screen here, but we're gonna rock anyhow. So basically what I'm gonna do here is go into some sounds, and I'm using sounds from my Splice account. Splicing it up. All right. So let's go. Okay. So I want to minimize the screen here because I want to be able to use splice sounds here. Okay, let's borrow that. We'll start off with a bass line here. This is starting at 125. I'm going to break this down to about a 110. Ooh. Let's see here. I'm going to have to start this program over again. Unless it's coming from my other keyboard. Let's see. Let's activate my other keyboard. Okay. Let's troubleshoot here. Let's go into settings, MIDI, no connection devices, audio, it's built in, that's cool. Okay. There it is. Let's try something. Like I said, this is production 101, and we're taking loops and samples, chopping them, seeing what we come up with. There's no real direction with this. We just want something that I would want to DJ. We want to get a track that I would want to DJ. So, let's try this. Move that. Okay. Let's pull up another track. I think I'm going to mute that a little bit. Not mute it, but turn it down a bit. Okay, let's pull in some more sounds. All right. Okay. Okay. I like that guitar sound, so let's bring that in on the other track here. Where did he go? There he is. Okay. I'm just working with one bar right now, just to get a cool loop going. All right. Okay, let me lower that a little bit, and I'm going to start breaking this out. This is 4 bars now. I should start some drums, but I want to get this loop sample right before I go into it. So let me go to my 808s here. 808s, where are you? And Instagram cannot see the widescreen, but it's not important. You guys can hear what's going on. Okay. Let's try some variation for that. Okay. So let's go into a bit of some 808 arrangements here. Okay, there's a note that fell off. Let's move that, start it over. Fix that note. right here. Okay. Now let's create another track here, and we will go into a snare. It's hard to choose snares because I don't like choosing the same snares as you would hear in, today's track. But I'll show you how I do this. I usually layer the snare. Or I'll pitch it. You hear the difference? Okay, so let's do the poly and let's record. That fell off. I'm doing all of this from my my keyboard, so it's hard without my official drum machine, but doing what works. I can get a track concept out of this. So let's go and find ourselves a kick, and then I'll come back to the layering of that snare to give it a little bit more contrast. I'll probably throw some reverb on that to make just give it a different feel. So, but in the meantime, let's look for a kick. Okay. That's one thing of my production. The kicks never change. I always key shift them, but to give it a more beefier sound, as you can hear, and that's much more different than a high pitch. I like that. And I'll also use a little bit of the limiter to bring the kick out, because sometimes kicks sit behind the 808 and the main kick should bleed through. So I'll show you after I program this. Okay, so falling off. Okay, set these other ones, just get them on the grid. And I know the grid is not that cool, but I'll show you something in Serato Sample where you can swing away from everything being on the grid. Okay, I got that in. I'm going to go to my my effects here and put in my limiter. That way my kicks can kind of bleed through, and I'll show you. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to turn down this 808 just a little bit. That way it sits in the track and not over the track. 808s are cool, but they can be a little intrusive, and they can take over your whole production if you would let it. And that's cool, if it's just straight music, trap music or pop music, whatever. But I'm trying to go somewhere a little bit different with this one. Okay. And these are just tracks that I would do during a DJ set. I mean, some of the stuff I would use for artists or something like that. But these tutorials are going to be about DJs making their own music because, as you know, DJs are getting shut down on these social media platforms, and it's because of licensing. And you know, the licensing that we have, our individual license, especially when we have a Spotify account or something like that, it's just for individual use only. You can't even share your password, although we do, but you can't really do that because it's contractual. And it's something that a lot of people don't know about me. I sat on the board of the Grammys in New York, and I actually fought for these laws to be passed because there was a lot of digital stuff that was floating around, and a lot of these artists wasn't seeing their royalties from this stuff. And Sound Exchange does a really, really good job at like collecting digital royalties, but in favor of the DJ, that doesn't work. You know, hold up. So back to the track. Okay, where am I going with this? It's just experimental, but I gotta go somewhere with this. Let's go fishing for some more things to add on. Evelani, stop making so much noise. That's streaming. Shh. Go in another room. Let's see. And the main melody could change at any point here. Let's try something. Let's try something here. Alright, I'm going to get rid of those guitars and try something totally different here. Mute and mute. Usually I would chop this, but I'm just filling the whole entire loop here, so let's try something. Just turned jazzy. Hold on. Now, you see how that just changed everything? Wow. Okay, so I'm going to give the that guitar that's in here, this here last piece, a little bit of filter. Okay, now let's see how it sounds. So let's add some hi-hats here. I hate those hi-hats. This is for, this drum kit is mainly for house music, so let's go and look for some hi-hats. Actually, I'm going to go to this Splice account and see what we got on hi-hats. Okay, I'll get it for you. Let's see here. Hi-hats. Let's go hi-hats. Alright, that's going to be kind of different, but let's try it. Okay. We got something, people. Okay, let's make this experience a little bit cooler with these hi-hats, and I'll get off into the reverb and kind of mix this into the track. One thing I like to do is just mix as I go, so that way I won't have too much homework in the process. Add a little pan. Hey. Okay, let's add a pan. If y'all know me well, just call me Peter Pan. Love the pan drums. Kick and snare should only sit in the middle. Other stuff, left or right, whatever makes you feel good or what's good in your ear. There's no proper way, but definitely pan your secondary drums, like your hats, your congas, or whatever you're using. Okay, if you have on headphones, you should hear it on your right side. Okay, I'm hearing a open hat sound, but I'm going to put a echo sound on that because it's way too sharp. Alright, not too much. And I'll turn this down, and also I'll pan him to the left. Pan to the left. Okay, try that again. Back. Okay, turn it down just a bit. Open hat. This is definitely double time. It sounds like it's really, really slow, but the BPMs are sitting at 110, and the track itself is in E major. So sound illusions is what we're dealing with. Very fast BPM, but sounds very slow because it's double time. All right, so as promised, I'm going to tweak those snares, because that snare has been used 1,000 times. And although it sounds good because we're hearing it, we got to be unique. So let's be unique. So I'm going to layer this with a clap. Give it some contrast, so it's appealing to the ear, but you're like, wow, there's something different about that. Detail. Let's see. Snare. Oh, it's a clap. Let's audition some of these claps here. I don't want it to sit over the other snare. I just want it to sit under. Okay, here we go. Try this. Okay. All right, let's move that. And I'm going to pan it a little bit. That way it sits beside and not on top. These are just quick production decisions that I'm making moving forward. I mean, there's no method to this madness. It's just kind of what's appealing to the ear. I'll do a little reverb on it. Low reverb. Okay. Okay, let's put that one on key, or on grid, and I'll give it a little bit of swing, 8%, 9%. See, as you know, it slaps a little bit different. I mean, you can hear it a little bit different now. So check out the track. Give me 1 second. I will be back. Just listen. Just listen. I always go through a listening stage of kind of, you know, once I got the layers going, once I got the meat of the track going, before I go into arrangement, I always listen. So take a listen. See what you hear. So after listening, I got a lot of intel, a lot of insight. So now I'm going to start making the arrangement on the track. So let's go in to the arrangement window. And like I said on Instagram, you really can't see this stuff on a wide screen, so just bear with me in sound form. All right, so it's on intro, making some scenes here, and I'm going to label them. First, and also hook. So let's go to verse, and I'll start basically programming what I want to hear within the verse. Since this jazz piano is the forefront of the track, I'm going to see what I can do with the mute effect. Okay, let's try that with everything. Okay. I think that worked as a verse, so let's kind of embed that. Okay. I'll make this also into 8 bars here. This is only at 4 now for the verse. Alright. And that little guitar stab, I'm going to get rid of that. On some of them. So let's delete, and I'll bring it back every 4 bars. Let's go to number 5, delete, number 6, delete, and number 7, delete, and then back on 8. So let me play that for you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a little bit loud on my end. The guitar comes back. So I'm going to do the same thing and give it a mute, or not a mute, but a filter. Okay. See how it sounds. Okay, yeah, that kind of disguises it into the track. So let me go back to these other ones, especially here on the hook, and bring that filter back, and I'm going to lower that just a little bit. So back to the verse, try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I'm going to play the verse after this to see how it sounds coming in, or the hook. Okay, so that was supposed to be the hook. So let's bring back the jazz piano. Waiting. Okay, correct that. Take the filter off. Okay, try it again. Okay. And this is the verse, and then goes to the hook. 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we got the verse and the hook, and I'm going to give you an intro. No drums on the intro. Clear. Kick, clear. Snare, and clear the 808s here. And I have the other snare that's down there as well that I have to clear. Alright. Clear, clear, clear. Okay, that's clear. Let's take off the hi-hats as well. Extra snares out of there, or the clap. And there he is. Okay, so we're just dealing with the main sample here. Alright. Reprogram this in. Clear. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to take it out 8 bars. It's going to be an 8-bar intro with pianos. Okay. Let's take out those hi-hats as well. I just want straight piano before going into the track. And I'll show all of this in an arrangement form. I'm just kind of preparing for the arrangement to happen. Alright, so let's start the arrangement process. My CPU power. Okay, always got to check in on the CPU. And hook. Let's drag him down there. And we're going to extend the hook. I got to do something different for contrast during the hook, but let me just play this before I start to work on that. This is an 8-bar intro. Hey! First one. It's an 8-bar, and then we're going into the chorus. Here we go. search for some texture to bring behind the hook. So let's see what we have here for textures. First I got to start a new track. All right. A second, let me first put some stuff. Message, notes, even email. Okay, just keep these 3 programs running. As you know, email pulls in a lot of power, and I'm working a real-time program, so I need all the power that I can get that's free. So, all right, let's go back to him. Let's put in texture. See what I have. Ooh. Some really like sci-fi sounding stuff. Okay. Oh, okay. Instead of texture, I'm going to try some melody. See if that can sit behind the piano. I have a lot of lo-fi stuff in here, so shouldn't be a problem finding any stuff that sounds good. Even vocals. Okay, let's try this sound. It's been a day going through sounds forever. Turn this all the way down. It's a little busy. Let's continue the search. Let's try that. Like I said, I'm looking for something to sit under the track. Let's try. try that. Low contrast. 2, 3. I like that. So put a little bit of reverb on that, and we will pan it to the right. I'll try it on the right side. Let's go to EQ, pan. Let's try it on the left. Now let's hear the contrast within the mix, because we hear how it's working on the chorus. And just to make it a little bit more groovier, I'm going to add a hey. Okay, let's go to my archive here. Thanks, melodies. Hey. And this is showing you just how to quickly put together tracks that you may want to DJ with. Let's try that. Okay, hook. Okay, now we got something. Let me just fix that. See how that works. I'm going to pan this as well. Put on poly, that way it plays through. And we'll pan this one to the left. Vocals just change everything. Monet knows what I mean by vocals changing everything. A beautiful voice is everything to a simple track. Let's put together some reverb here. That way it kind of sits within the track. Let's try it again. Okay. So let's try an arrangement here. And I'll play it out to how the song perhaps would be. I definitely want to add some sort of bridge or pre-chorus to this. You know, simplicity with a pre-chorus makes total difference. All right, from the top, starting off with the intro, verse, hook. My hook comes in around 35 seconds, 40 seconds. I always do that because, you know, don't bore us, get to the chorus. That's a Tom Petty line. and it goes from the hook chorus back into the verse, then another verse, and then back into the hook. And all of that action happened at 1 minute and 30 seconds. So check it from the top. Off the verse back into the chorus. Okay. For a second, let's start this from the top again. Okay, give me a second, guys. I'm going to reset my my Instagram to go back in because you get cut off in an hour no matter what you do. I guess they're resetting the bandwidth or something, but all good. Because we just go back in. Copy. Sheesh. Hold on. Settings. Yeah, let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, so we're sending the signal back live again. Okay, we're back. So let's play that arrangement again from the top. First one. Okay, now we go into the chorus. Okay, there was something that I was going to do here. Put a little bit, just a little bit of echo onto the undertone, that jazz sound, that melody. Where are you? Okay. Echo. Just a little bit. All right, start from the top. Goes into the hook. It's a low contrast. Up on the second hook, and we're going to double that twice. 16, 2, 4. One more time. Okay, and we finish out there. I mean, it's around 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but I mean, the track is toast. It's done. Done. So I just want to add one more thing to this. And I think we shall be done. Let's see, let's look for our crash. Crash here. Okay. 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 Let's put that on poly, that way that goes through. And let's lower this and we should be good. Alright, let's put this in. Let's put this on the hook. And yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's fix that. All right. Put some echo on that. And also we shall pan it to the right. And with this pan, it's going to bleed out a little bit more, but we'll lower that in the gain. And we'll put one on the verse. Okay, back to the arrangement. All right, let's see what we have in the arrangement. Intro. Coming up on the first verse. Here we go. Crash is still loud. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Hook. Second verse. Okay, part 2. Back to the hook. We're going to do the hook twice on this and bring it back. And then we come back with the verse, which is actually the outro for 8 bars. We duplicate that, and we'll get rid of this guy. Just coming back on the second. And I'll play this over just one more time before we close out this session. Alright, start from the top. Intro. First verse, 8 bars. Hook is 8 bars. Second verse is 8 bars, and then the other half comes back. That's another 8 bars, and then we go back into the hook for another 16, then a bridge, and then the outro. So let's start from the top. Intro. Soul Frequency, Spectrum City Networks. Here we go. Okay, we're coming up on the hook. Here we go. Second part of the verse. Okay. 1, 2, 3. First hit. Hook. Okay. Second chorus. Bridge rest. This is the part where you talk your ish. Yeah. And we come back with the last part, outro. Yeah. Well, there we have it. Thanks for tuning in to session 3 of the Soul Frequency right here on Spectrum City Networks. I am your master teacher, engineer, producer, DJ Journey, making music for DJs to spin. This is all about the DJs that are transitioning over to production. We need more DJs to make more music because these copyright laws are getting really, really slick, and the algorithms are getting slicker because we're feeding them information. So we want to be correct when we come with original material and stuff like that. So start remixing your own stuff, start doing your own tracks. I mean, this stuff is easy if you sit down with it. Thanks to Serato Studio for actually making that transition easy for DJs to produce now. And it's going to be a great thing. It's going to be a really, really great thing, but I think it's starting now. And plus, DJs are so dope, man. They got the imagination of a genius. So let's start using that on some original pieces that we can like perform. So look at it this way. If you make your music, perform your music, you can sell everything. That's like 3 tiers of income. So let's think of it that way, not in a way that, you know, they're taking our rights on, like, you know, DJing other people's music. It's just like nobody's getting paid right now. So, you know, people got to get it the way that they can get it. So I totally respect that. If I was sitting on a bunch of publishing and I wasn't seeing money, but I heard my stuff everywhere, I'd be like, yo, what the hell's going on? So rightfully so, big up to all the DJs that are out there that are on these platforms doing their thing. Keep doing your thing, but also make that extra step to get into production, because you're smart. I know you can do it. All right, so session 3. See you guys later. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for sticking around. And my Instagram folks as well. All right, talk to you soon. Log out of